Well, a Stoughton woman was found alive in a Massachusetts state park after she had been missing for days. Today, Easton police officers spoke about how difficult it was to rescue her from the swamp where she was found. 12 News reporter Anita Buffoni joins us now live in studio with what police had to say. Anita?
Well, Kim, the 31-year-old woman was found in a fetal position, stuck in a shallow swamp in Borderland State Park. It was her cries for help that led hikers and police to her location. More than 1,800 acres make up the Borderland State Park with roughly 20 miles of hiking trails. It was on an overgrown walking path where police found 31-year-old Emma Tutuski. It's believed she was stuck in a swamp for possibly 3 days. The mud made rescuing her a challenge.
The weight of her on top of our body weight sunk us further, so we then had to kind of change tactics and form a line where we eventually moved her out as a team.
Patrolman Corey McLaughlin was one of 3 officers to rescue the woman. He says they were knee-deep in mud when trying to remove her from the swamp. Tutuski was reported missing on June 26th. After multiple sightings of her, police eventually were led to Borderland. She was found Monday, about 50 feet off the walking path. To get to that path, police used specialized gear, but could only go so far.
Path was actually a little bit small to get down with the ATV, so we had to leave it and go in on foot.
We've had lots of people lost in there. We've worked with the park rangers there. We have the ATV because mostly for Borderland.
Police say the Stoughton woman is being treated at the hospital for upper body injuries. Police say Tutuski did not have a phone on her. Whether she was an avid hiker or knew the area well is still being investigated. Now, police officers there are using this as a teachable moment, urging people to take a cell phone and water and other resources when walking or hiking in a wooded area. I'm Anita Buffoni, 12 News.
Well, tonight we have a better idea of how police rescued the Stoughton woman believed to have been stuck in the mud for days. Emma Tutuski went missing from Stoughton last week, then was discovered Monday evening in a swamp in Borderland State Park in Easton. 12 News reporter Anita Buffoni tells us what tools rescuers used to bring her to safety. Anita?
Kim, Easton police utilized outfitted gear mostly for frequent rescues in Borderland State Park. Although where the woman was located was too narrow for the off-road vehicles, police say they were crucial to getting close to her location. The walking path the missing woman was found near is not one commonly used.
It does not allow horses or mountain bikes, so it's just a walking path. So it is very overgrown and difficult to get to.
Borderland State Park in Easton has more than 20 miles of hiking trails spanning 1,800 acres. The 3 officers that rescued 31-year-old Emma Tutuski says hikers helped them locate her in a shallow swamp after hearing her cries for help.
She assumed essentially a fetal position when we arrived there. So whether it was due to exhaustion, she did eventually end up on her side.
Tutuski was reported missing on June 26th. Officers say she did not have a cell phone on her at the time she went missing. Police were led to Borderland after multiple sightings of the Stoughton woman. She was found Monday about 50 feet off the walking path, stuck in mud for upwards of 3 days. Even police officers got stuck but were able to free themselves and her after changing their rescue tactics. Once she was brought to safety, emergency crews used this basket stretcher to rush Tutuski to the hospital.
The patient can go up in here and be strapped down, and then we can bring the patient out of the woods.
ATVs are also used for search and rescues. Tutuski is still in the hospital being treated for upper body injuries. It is still being investigated whether she was an avid hiker or knew that area of Borderland State Park well. And police are using this as an example to all hikers to pack water, a cell phone, and other resources when going in a wooded area. I'm Anita Buffoni, 12 News.